I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm successful in all 23 days of my reading challenge. As you can see, this is a voiceover, and I was trying to be as sleek as possible in the beginning there, but I was not wearing my mic, but my mic was plugged in. I'm going to skip us to the part of the video where I realized that my mic is not on. Okay, hopefully you can hear me better. I've always been an avid reader, and even though I took time off of reading, not as often as I used to, I will say that I've always managed to be reading like self-help novels and just really trying to heal through a journey that my life has taken me on. So I'm not gonna lie, I've had kind of a rough week, and I don't want to get into details yet, but there is going to be a day that you guys learn more about me and all that's happened in my life. But you know what? I'm still picking up my books, and I'm still doing all the things to help me maintain a happy life and to remain positive. And of course, I'm taking the time to just feel what I need to feel as well, because you have to. I think one of the hardest ways to go through life is to constantly shove things down and act like you're okay when you're not. I've always been someone, having been in therapy since I was 7 years old, who was taught that the last thing you should do is shut down. And I think a lot of that is because it is deflection on some level, but it's also like harmful to the people around you, and you don't even realize it. And it's okay to take a day or two to yourself. Like, sometimes that's needed. I sometimes need that. Sometimes you need a couple weeks. But I think what the layer and the piece that people miss when they shut down is at least just inform whomever is around your everyday life that it's not them, and it's nothing they did. You know what I mean? Because it can be really hard for them to navigate that. With that being said, though, that's like a side note. What I am learning from picking up reading every single day is self-trust. I don't know if I even expected that, but I am doing the thing I said I was going to do. And that is low-key changing my life. It's giving me confidence to like continue going and creating new goals and, showing up for myself in so many various ways. I mean, that is badass that I figured out a way to show up for myself every single day and read. And some might find that to be a very small win, but for me, it's pretty big. I am someone who doesn't necessarily put myself first, and I've been trying to learn how to do that for a couple of years now. And I think I'm finally figuring out that beautiful balance of like, okay, I matter too, but I'm going to do it in a way that's not harmful to those I love, and still show up for those I love. And I'm really proud of myself in that. I'm also really proud of like all of my people, because they're extremely supportive of this journey. And like, I've met a ton of amazing people in this community as well that I'm so grateful I've met. And I feel like my life is just changing rapidly, and it's only been 23 days, and it's like so exciting. I'm not even close to being scared. I'm just embracing it. And I really think all of us should. We should embrace the change. We should embrace the growth. We should embrace what's scary. Sometimes it's what's scary, and that's actually something that I learned from my beautiful ARC novel, Essence of Opals. Do it scared. This palette by Mario is just absolutely stunning. It is the Ethereal palette, and I think I've wanted this since it came out. But the sparkle and the pigmentation on these colors is just wild and gorgeous and perfect. I think that's my biggest update, is I learned how to self-trust. And that, like I said, that was a layer I just didn't expect, and it's been great. I've really been enjoying this journey, and all of the stories that I'm getting to read have been life-changing. Like, literally, Atmosphere has changed my life. I did not expect to. I went into that novel completely blind, despite all of the reviews and all of the rave that it took on the internet. I had no idea what it was about other than like an astronaut. I don't think I even knew she was an astronaut. And so when I was invested in the story, it was just like, this is the coolest thing ever. You know, I'm so supportive of people in general, finding out who they are and how they want to live their life. And I just am so beyond grateful that I was given that perspective of life. And I was so proud of the character Joan. And now I'm being given a perspective of a lifestyle that I would never choose for myself in yesteryear. And I mean, this woman has the audacity. I think that's my big word for her. She's got audacity, you know? And I just find it so ironic that because she prays to the Lord after she swears, or she prays to the Lord after she says something so unbelievably vile, that she thinks she's saved and she thinks she's better than everybody else. And I'm just like, yeah. I can't get into it. I don't want to spoil anything. I just wanted to give like a tiny little update and let you guys know that reading is so good for the soul. And reading, there was actually a fellow bookstagrammer that I follow and have connected with, and she reminded me of the Chicken Soup books. Do you guys remember that? Oh my God. Literally, it was like Chicken Soup for the Soul or something like that. And it was just all these stories about all these people. And those were my favorite books. I was a massive fan. I had every single copy. I just wanted to give you guys a little update that reading is so good for the soul. But I think what I've learned the most from this is the community I'm building around a shared love for the written word, and I just couldn't be more grateful. I've always wanted to connect with people that liked reading. Okay, so if you guys have any questions for me, like as far as what you think about my journey or my challenge, just drop a comment and let me know. I would love to engage more in this process. I just don't know what it is you guys might want. You know, what kind of feed you're expecting. I am going to be adding some more lifestyle content since this is going to be an everything healing journey situation. So if you want to stick around for that, definitely please do. And of course, please tell me what you're reading. What have you taken away from reading books? Has it changed your life? Have you always loved it? And the question that I am loving on social media platforms is, what was the book that made you fall in love with reading? Mine was The Giver, and then shortly after it was Harry Potter. Let me know. Tell me below in the comments. And one thing I also wanted to mention is that I am learning a lot in how the current culture of reading is. How there's tropes, how there's like all these fun little ways of if you're gonna like a book or not. That's been a bit of a challenging space for me. So I'm just trying to figure all of that out. But that part has been so fun too. I really have enjoyed getting to understand and know how reading culture is today, because, you know, I'm a millennial. So it's just different. It's just different.